Amigos, welcome to the Pueblo Mágico of Sayulita, Nayarit.
Now today we're going to spend all day wandering this little Pueblo Mágico to find out if Sayulita is really worth the hype.
So why do we say, is it worth the hype? What is the hype of Sayulita? I don't know, I feel like Sayulita has its very own reputation, even though it's not far from Vallarta. It took us just under 2 hours to get here today.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I knew about Sayulita before I ever knew about Vallarta, which is funny. But what would you say the reputation or the hype around Sayulita is? What is it?
Well, as you can see, very colorful. I feel like Sayulita to me is like, it is the epitome of festiveness, of charm. It's why I love Mexico so much. I've seen a lot of people walking around barefoot. I think back in the day, Sayulita was known to be a popular surfing spot.
Yes.
I think it still is today among visitors and nationals. So I would say it's a very quaint, super charming. Now it's very, very trendy, hippie-like. I don't even know. There's so much in one small pueblito.
We're gonna have fun here today, and we'll let you be the judge whether it is worth the hype or not. Whether it's, I mean, hype is, we'll let you be the judge of whether you'd like to come spend some time here or not, and we'll kind of give you our final opinions at the end.
Yep.
But for now, we're hungry. All right, what's the verdict on the coffee and the food?
I mean, the burrito definitely lives up to all of its hype. We kind of stopped at this first place we saw on the way into town, and I'm really glad we did. The burrito is
90 pesos. I was a little not suspicious. I wasn't expecting a lot, but it's
I'm
good.
thoroughly impressed.
I think when I think of Sayulita, I think of brunch. Brunch and Sayulita, those two words, names, go perfectly together. And gluten-free. Sayulita is gluten-free. Now, believe it or not, it's been around 3 years since we've been to this beautiful Pueblo Mágico. It's way more colorful. Somehow way more colorful than what I remember. What are your first impressions of Sayulita after 3 years?
Way better than I remember.
There's a car.
I barely remember coming here, but it's way more charming, so much more going on, way more colorful. I don't know if it's actually bigger than, it's bigger than I remember. There's a lot more restaurants, a lot more coffee shops. It is awesome.
If you're not a fan of shopping, like moi, so I speak French too. If you're not a fan of shopping, don't go to Sayulita.
If you are a fan of shopping, come shopping with me.
I made the mistake, fellas, of agreeing that this Sayulita trip would be a shopping trip.
Bye.
And so yeah, I guess I'll go fly the drone. It seems super busy. I didn't expect really anybody to be here, but the weather's perfect, so I guess it makes sense.
This is busier than Vallarta, I think.
I think the only, it feels definitely than Playa Los Muertos right now. The only time we've been to Sayulita was during summertime, so it was hot, sunny, sweaty.
And we were the only ones here.
And we're the only ones here.
So. Wow.
Your turn.
That looks awesome.
Nothing gives me FOMO quite like watching people surf while they're out there. There's so much going on here. It makes me wish we would have booked more days for more surfing, less shopping. That's a good shirt. More surfing, less shopping. What? Even I don't know how to surf, but one thing, there's surfing in Punta Mita. If you've seen our video of that, of Punta Mita, the water here in Sayulita isn't quite as pretty for whatever reason as it was in Punta Mita. And that's kind of a common theme I've heard or read or seen firsthand with Sayulita, but still, I mean, this is a hard atmosphere to be regardless.
It makes up for it in the city where there are tons of restaurants and shops and things like that.
Yeah.
In Punta Mita, we couldn't really find that, so gotta choose which thing you want. But whoever this jerk was,
Whoa, what is that?
not cool to drink glass on the beach in any city.
It doesn't matter what time of day, the roosters will crow. Told you.
Como mi suegra.
What? Hey,
Oh.
that's my mom you're talking about. I feel like this is Sayulita in one image right here. An old bicycle, surfboards, and an old like converted VW bus surf truck thing with a golf cart behind it. That's Sayulita.
Yeah, in one little corner.
But I'll go ahead and say, I think Sayulita's worth the hype.
I think so too.
I feel like
on the way here, I was thinking, man, I really hope it's cool. Like, it's been so long. I know there's a lot of buzz around Sayulita, but it's really cool.
It's pretty cool, and I know it's probably changed a lot since it first became like, it's not as small as it was whenever it first was put on the map, so to speak, but it's still pretty cool. We had some poor time management, and we had some poor fourth quarter time management in our time in Sayulita.
12 guys fired.
A few notes about Sayulita. We should have booked 2 nights in a hotel.
Yeah, I agree. It was a bit I can't even form a sentence. It was a bit of a
stretch for a day trip.
An adventure of a stretch for a day trip with probably 4 hours and 30 minutes of travel.
Last thought, is Sayulita worth the hype, or does it live up to the hype? I already kind of gave you my, you alright?
Yeah, attack leaf.
I already gave you my opinion, but my final thought on that I would say, if you're the kind of traveler who doesn't want to visit places that have a lot of hype around them, if you're the kind of traveler that wants to travel to places that don't have other travelers there, Sayulita should not be at the top of your list. Maybe go to San Pancho instead, or visit some colonial cities in Central Mexico.
Off the beaten path. It's definitely not off the beaten path. It is on the beaten path.
It's on the well-worn path.
See, it's been a long day.
But if you're a type of traveler that's just open to everything, I mean, it's a Pueblo Mágico for a reason. It has hype for a reason, and we'll be back. Hopefully to surf next time.
Surf's up, bro.
Until then, tacos.
Bye.